We often think a narcissistic individual wouldn't confess, they wouldn't admit the truth, they wouldn't admit to doing something wrong. However, with the majority of narcissistic individuals, they do confess in their own little weird and hurtful way. Narcissistic individuals do seem to have a need to get things off their chest, to either watch your reaction, see how you would respond to it, or just to relieve themselves. Or because with some narcissists, such as the sadistic or the malignant, they are pleased about what they've done to another person. So in a way, they confess by boasting or bragging. However, narcissistic individuals don't confess directly. They don't stand there and say, yep, that was me, I hold my hands up, I'll not do it again. They want the relief of saying something without truly admitting to anything. So a narcissistic individual can go all out to tell you what they did to an ex. However, they will inform you of why the ex deserved it in some way. They can tell you of what they've done to a friend, but why the friend deserved it in some way. They can even play the victim of how awful they feel for what they did to that person. However, that person deserved it because that person did this, that and the other. They rationalize their toxic behaviour in their own head. And in their mind, well, they've let you know. Therefore, it's not their fault when they treat you in the same way. They gave you a warning, they gave you a heads up. That's your problem, not theirs. They can kind of tell you when they tell you what their mate at work is up to. Their mate at work is having this affair, and they give you all the details, and they're just looking to gauge your reaction because it's not the mate at work, it's the narcissistic individual. They're getting it off their chest without directly admitting to what they're doing. The backhanded admission, where a narcissistic individual will, when you call them out on their behaviour, they'll just turn around and say something like, well, I guess I'm not perfect. They'll not mention what they've done, they'll not discuss what they've done, they'll just make a blanket statement and dodge any specifics within the conversation. And by them saying, I guess I'm not perfect, they've sort of pulled themselves down, and you almost feel compelled to then praise them and tell them all about what they are good at. There's the blame shifting confession, where they will go all out to actually admit what they've done, yet they cover it with a clause, because of you. If you hadn't, if they hadn't, if they didn't. They turn around and claim, I shouted because you pushed me, because you wouldn't leave me alone. It's that confession wrapped in blame. However, what you notice is a narcissist will push you past your limits, you react and you feel bad, you feel ashamed. You don't blame them, they blame you. A narcissist can come at you with the joking confession. They can turn around and just say, it was only a joke. So they admit what they said or what they did, but pacify you by claiming it was a joke. They can turn around when you call them out and say, well, I guess I can be like that sometimes. But they expect you to laugh. Joking softens the truth, so the narcissist doesn't have to take ownership. A narcissist will project. They'll confess through projections. They will accuse you of exactly what they are guilty of. If they're going out to the gym to impress people and you go out to the gym, they're going to accuse you of trying to impress people. Who are you trying to impress? Who's more important to you than I am? If they're cheating on you, they'll accuse you of cheating. If they're lying, they'll accuse you of lying. When they're being selfish, they'll accuse you of being selfish, and so on. Often, it's an indirect way of a narcissist admitting what they themselves do. A narcissist can confess through minimalization. They will go all out to downplay it. They claim that it wasn't that bad, that you're overreacting to the situation. It's still an admission, they're just lessening the seriousness of it. And there can be the accidental slip where either in anger or through bragging and boasting, a narcissist will reveal the truth without meaning to, especially in those heated moments. And the triangulation brag, where they will tell somebody else what they've done, knowing full well that it'll get back to you. And when you confront them about what they've done, they might even ask who told you, and then they will tell you not to trust that person. That person's jealous of what you two have together. That person's trying to split you up. So you've been informed of the truth, but you've also been triangulated against someone, that divide and conquer. So you're less likely to believe other people's opinions and more likely to believe those of the narcissist. It's a twisted way for a narcissist to control the narrative. Narcissists often confess without actually confessing because it protects their ego. It's about recognizing patterns of behaviour. It's about actually listening to what people say and do, actually paying attention to who they are as a person as a whole and not who they sell themselves to be. Anyways, you noticed a narcissistic individual confess without actually confessing. Please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviours to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot get into contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a few select one-to-one slots available if anyone is interested in those. They're in the description also, as well as the Amazon links to the books that I have available, which are How to Create Boundaries Around Those Who Have No Respect for Your Boundaries, 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, How to Stay Sane and Break the Chain, Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for empowerment and recovery, a Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and Behind the Mask, The Rise of a Narcissist, which is a novel. If anyone is interested in any of those, the links are in the description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.